live. Sorry about that. Got interrupted, but that's all right. We now got everything straightened out. We were talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, and since we are officially like in the multiverse saga, we're
Mm,
jumping through worlds. The
mm.
we know the TVA is going to be involved
Yes.
because that was in like the first trailer. So
Love
we
Loki.
yes, we're talking about like cameos we would love to see, and
Yes.
Emma Stone is who we left off. So TJ was talking about Emma Stone's like facial features and her
And
mouth,
I
her
don't, I
lips.
don't want y'all to feel like I'm being overly critical because that's not my bag. I'm not judging anybody. That's what she was born with. I was just making an observation to the fact that she doesn't have the you know it just popped in my head. It just popped in my head, and I don't even want to repeat it now because now I feel like she's going to feel like I'm casting aspersions against her,
I
and
don't
that's
think you were.
I
It's just something that you. Is there something that
just
you don't?
an observation that I made as she was falling down that tower, and Andrew Garfield was supposed to save her. I'm like, oh, she does not have the biggest lips.
Do you think now, like given another chance at it, would he approach it differently?
Oh, absolutely, because he saved MJ. So yeah, you give him another shake. He's throwing all the webs and having her land on a bed of webs. She ain't falling.
A web bed.
A web bed. Yes, that is what is next on my purchase list. Right after my Sealy Posturepedic, I'm getting a wet bed. A web bed.
Far fetched prediction. Like if like we were talking about like far fetched cameo.
Will
Uh,
Smith.
Will Smith. Okay.
Will Smith as Deadshot from Suicide Squad.
From Suicide Squad.
That is
And they
that
could finally go back and forth because you're like, oh, you,
far fetched. You
yeah.
say far
I did
fetched.
say far fetched.
That is the most far. And if I'm going even more far fetched than that, HC as Superman,
Henry
Henry
Cavill.
Cavill
Yeah.
as Superman. I think that would be the other reach. Any DC. And like shit, even putting James Gunn in the movie, would be a stretch because he's Team DC all the way now.
So Peacemaker.
Oh, bro, that would
John
break the
Cena.
internet, bro. Let's be real. If Peacemaker was in the movie,
Yeah.
having technically came out Thursday night, if Peacemaker was in this movie, we'd know by now. No amount of avoiding
Oh
spoilers
yeah.
would be able to keep you from that one, bro.
I agree. Hello, Jonathan Suarez. I hope I said your name correctly. Thank you for tuning in.
Welcome.
We are talking about Deadpool and Wolverine craziness that we think could be in it. So we're throwing any and everything out there. So if you all have something in the comments, make sure you type them in, and I'll read them out loud. I think what they're not going to do, like you're talking about wild and crazy things, they're not going to admit that Madam Web exists.
No, they're not going to acknowledge that one at all, bro. Like having not seen that film, but seen like bits and pieces from it, like the sound is really difficult. I feel like the story changed on that one.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm
I'm
sure.
like the story had to change because the dialogue that was finally laid down doesn't match what's actually going on screen. So I'm like, how good was that movie supposed to be?
I think it was one of those things where they put it out because it's like a contractual obligation. Like we need to use these characters. And hey, I think they could say if it doesn't work out, we can write it off. If it does work out, we got lightning in a bottle. Boom. They don't lose anything anyway. Hi, Aubrey Kowalski. I hope you said your name correct. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and I know
Is
TJ
the
does
name
it.
still up?
Uh,
I want to read it. I want to see that name. What's that? Yeah, that's an Aubrey
Kowalski.
Kowalski.
Yes.
I like that last name.
Yeah.
Kowalski.
B Love hashtag Lee B says fart for money. I,
Fart for money.
I don't have a one. I don't have one locked and loaded, or I could.
I
But
mean, what's the price tag we're
what?
talking
Yeah. What are we
about?
talking about here?
What?
Haley Haney or Hanny. Haley, I hope I said your name correctly. Hi, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Um,
So is that? I mean, is that what we do? Like we jump on different lives
oh,
and
it could be.
we
It
throw
could be.
out mad just real requests, bro. Like real that's a premise from a film right there, right? Like you go into different lives and you ask the people that are hosting the lives to do weird and outlandish things, and if they do it, they make money, and next thing you know, you got the real Joey Harris out here committing crimes.
Jeff Turner is here. Hi, Jeff. Hope you're doing well.
I know a Jeff.
Haley says, "I'm good. How are you?" We're good, Haley. It is. We're at we're at a lake or
The lake.
beside a lake in
Yeah.
Virginia, and it's just wonderful. It's
So
very
peaceful.
peaceful out here. Hope everybody's doing well tonight, and hope you're having a fantastic Friday night.
I
But
think I'm on the next like show that we record for our other channel. What we're watching. My last name's gonna be Kowalski.
oh, that's awesome.
I'm running with Kowalski. I think that's a dope last name, and I think that more people should have it.
Haley says, "Cool." So we're doing good. Hope you're doing. Haley said she's good, so
Awesome.
or they're good. Yeah, thank you, Haley. I really appreciate that.
Haley wasn't the Kowalski though. It was Aubrey
It
Kowalski,
was
right?
Aubrey Kowalski.
What's
Yes,
Haley's last name?
Haley Hani.
H-A-N. Haney?
Haney, Haney.
I like Haney. Does Haney sounds expensive?
It does. It does sound expensive. It does
That
indeed.
is
Haley,
awesome.
I hope we're pronouncing that correctly, or at least close to it.
Hopefully bringing a smile.
Yeah, I mean, we're just two guys. We like hanging out. We like talking movies.
Yes.
Bob Bim, hello. I heard that you were talking about Deadpool. We are. We're going to go see Deadpool and Wolverine tomorrow, and we're talking about, since we're dealing with the multiverse and people going, jumping from verse to verse, Wolverine and Deadpool, the craziest, um, like, what did we say, cameo that you
Craziest
would,
possible cameo.
and even I mean, we've said DC characters and stuff like that. So following up on that, Haley says it's kind of short for Hannah Mura, so you're kind of close. Well, that's good. I'm going to give a thumbs up there, Haley.
Hey.
That's awesome. And Bob, thank you so much for coming in. People hanging out, six of us. It's going up and down. That's fine. If people tune in like this is not for me, bless you. At least you gave us a shot, and I really
No, I
appreciate
like to
that.
believe that TJ is for all of them.
Oh, that's true.
I'm not an acquired taste. I'm sweet tea. Everybody likes it. That's it.
Okay, okay. I I'm
Let's go. I'm ice cream.
ice cream. All
There
right.
you go. Because everybody don't like sweet tea, but everybody likes ice cream. Even if you're lactose intolerant like me.
You lack the toast
I
intolerant.
like the toast, but I'll still eat that ice cream. Now I just had an ice cream sandwich and I had no thoughts, no second thoughts.
All right. Um, of the people
Okay.
that we have seen on the trailer.
Okay.
All right, so take Blind Owl and um, all of Deadpool's people, and we've
Mm-hmm.
seen Wolverine. I mean, we Wolverine's of course in it, and
Yeah.
some TVA people are in it. Take all of those out. Who are we going to see that you could almost guarantee? Like, okay, they're not in the trailer, but we're definitely going to see them.
Oh, Jennifer Garner.
Electra, yes,
Electra.
yes, she has been.
We got some Electra action in there. That was always a win. My guy Pyro from X2 and X3.
Yeah,
Um, Sabretooth.
I feel
And
like
this.
he was in the trailer though, wasn't he?
Oh,
Weren't they
you're saying
running
you're taking
taking out people that you
taking
know are
out
going to
people
be
that
in
I
it.
know. Okay, I misunderstood the assignment. I don't think I can. I can't. This isn't fair
Okay,
because I know because I was spoiled.
you accidentally spoiled. You
Right,
were
and
not. You were trying to
I was
avoid a
trying to
spoiler.
avoid spoilers, and I
Yes.
saw it, so I could. I could ruin your night right now, Joey, and tell you, and then you'll be like, TJ, why'd you do that?
Uh, bye. Haley says she has to go. Bye. But she said, I subscribe. So if you're live again, I'll see. I love your content. Haley, thank you so much.
Awesome.
Heart to you, Haley. I hope you have a fantastic night. And yes, please
Yes.
come back and subscribe and enjoy us again.
Bring a
Thank you so
red
much.
bag of Doritos.
Yeah, bring some Doritos or any other snack that you would enjoy, and that goes for everybody else as well. I'm thinking that we either get a Captain America, um, and of course I'm talking Sam Wilson
Mm-hmm.
cameo, or they are setting us up for like 2 or 3 movies down the line. It wouldn't be because the next one is technically Captain America, right? They don't have
Yeah,
anything after this.
Captain America 4 is in Valentine's Day, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bless you, Haley. Have a good night. Thank you so much again. Um, I'm thinking we'll see something set up for the Thunderbolts.
See, I like how you're doing, but if I'm going to take Ryan Reynolds as the performer that he is,
Yeah.
in one of the last trailers, there's a QR code in the trailer. If you click on the QR code, it takes you to a little 60-second vignette of Ryan Reynolds just talking into a microphone, and he's apologizing because he's essentially breaking the whole routine of Marvel because he's
Okay.
saying the whole staying to the end of the movie to essentially just watch a commercial for another movie. He says in that he's breaking that.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, so just based on that, I'm like, I'm not expecting any, and I know that there is one post credit scene, but I don't expect it to get
Do
us ready
anything.
for
Okay.
anything else
Okay.
because what he's saying is he's breaking the mold.
Oh, it could be. Okay. Well, what else?
We know how long it is. Do you feel like, and this is the question that can a comic book movie really do a good job in less than 2 hours?
Personally, I say yes because the Marvels did it, and that was like what, a little over 90 minutes.
It was a little over 90 minutes, like 96 minutes.
Yeah.
Um,
But they jumped in, got the story established, and then I mean went right into it. There was not a lot of exposition
so
and
you
all that.
wanted you wanted a wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
With that, I do. With this, I want to sit for a while. Like, how do we get to this thing?
Right.
But I don't want it to drag.
Okay. I don't, because of the type of comedy stylings that we've gotten used to from one Ryan Reynolds. I don't necessarily know that it would drag.
Mm-hmm.
Your comments on the Marvels are not lost on me. I liked the movie because it was a popcorn goer. I wanted more. I wanted more exposition. I wanted more info because I feel like they gave us our plot points and we knew what was going on. There was nothing that necessarily was left open, but I mean there was so much more that could have happened. I mean you got these two bands. Like there have been so much question. There have been question about the bands and the ring since Shang-Chi and the post-credit scene on Shang-Chi where we get Carol Danvers and Bruce Banner with and we thought he was stuck in Hulk mode. So like that post credit scene when they're sitting there trying to find the origin of the bands, and Shang-Chi just low key says, "Hey, my dad's had them for like 1,000 years." That's a real cool way of saying your dad's 1,000 years old,
Right.
man. Real cool.
Right. All right. So that is a quick synopsis of everything
Yes.
that is going on. One thing you want to see in the movie, not necessarily a person, but like they've got to do this scene or they've got to say this line.
Some reference to Jonathan Majors. Some reference to Kang.
Okay.
Give me some reference to Kang because clearly we've made a pivot away from the Kang dynasty. Deadpool and Wolverine was in production during the time that all this was going down. Give me some reference to a transition from Kang. I know it's there. I know it's there. in the Deadpool trailer, we got the Secret Wars comic book. So I know Doom's on the horizon.
Hmm.
Just give me just don't just write them off and just act like nothing happened, right? And I thought they tried to put a bow on it at the end of Loki season 2. Where they're like, oh, we've got it all under control. There was a one outbreak in like an adjacent world talking about the quantum realm, and it was handled. But there was a coliseum full of Kangs.
There was, yes.
So give me something with that. Even if all you're doing is showing Doom Prime in the middle of that coliseum, and all those other bodies are just smoking. You don't necessarily have to show me how it happened, but you can't give me a Coliseum of Kangs as well as your Council of Kangs with Immortus and Rummet, all those guys, and then it's just like, oh, well, just now we're just going to, because he got in trouble, we're just going to act like it didn't happen. Nah, man, it happened. You can write something to transition from that. So yeah, if you're asking that's what I like. What about yourself?
Okay. I want a just jaw dropping moment. I'm talking about like my mind went blank.
You'll get it.
My mind went
You're gonna
straight up
get it.
blank.
If you're bro, if what I was spoiled on doesn't make your mouth drop, then I don't know you at all.
Okay.
And I feel like I've known you for over 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you've at least known of me for at least almost 20 years. Almost 20.
It was 2003.
2005, dude, when I first met you. Now, if you knew of me before that, the Legend of Joy was somehow going around the campus at that
I
time.
could have swore we bumped elbows in 2004. Because that's why I said 20, because I was like, oh, it's 20 years
You
now.
graduated in '05,
I
right?
graduated in '05.
And
Yes.
then moved down the street.
And came back, so I saw you walking with Cliff that day. It was in the fall.
Right. And you also, the time I remember, like, I heard about the Legend of TJ. The Legend of TJ was going strong because I told you about the King's Cup
Yeah, man.
and all of that.
Yeah.
But we officially ran into each other because I was on rounds with George in front of West Hall. That's the first time I originally, mess with you. And
Got you.
and then the next year we ran into each other at that conference.
Yeah.
You were in Florida at the time.
Was it UVA Wise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't remember if you went to that one or you went to the one the year before that was in University of Northern Kentucky.
No, so yeah, it was UVA Wise.
Yeah.
I went to UVA Wise, and then there was a conference in Jacksonville too. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, UVA Wise, that was a good time, man.
It was.
That was a good time. They had us all spread out.
Oh yeah, we were all spread out.
Bro, not a lot of people understand. You remember Major League?
Yeah.
So, and when they're going through this time, and the owner is trying to, make them lose.
Yeah, trying to sell the
movie
team. Yeah.
Right, they got on that airplane with the propellers. And Serrano's praying, and the pitcher's making fun of him, like, you don't have us.
That's how you flew in, was it?
That's how.
Was that how you flew in?
On the propeller plane, and I was on the wing seat. So you talk about something loud, like, and it doesn't stop the whole time, bro.
So this is a little Easter egg. If anybody comes across this later, because there's nobody live now, but if you come across this later, or Haley, if you come back and see the rest of this, this is something for you. So, dude, 3 years ago now, 3 years this November, we're flying into that airport for a wedding.
Okay.
We're going to a wedding. We had to fly into that airport. My beautiful wife, when she's doing our tickets and stuff like that, she misspelled my first name. So I was being hailed because they're like, excuse me, your driver's license says Joseph, but your ticket says Jasper.
Like, come on, man. Y'all can see the letters are there.
Right. I'm like, just rearrange. They're like, that's not how any of this works. And so my wife, she's like, two things ahead of me. She turned around like, "What's taking you so?" I'm like, "Ma'am, you're gonna have to let her come back here because she's the one that's gonna have to explain
Wow, wow,
all of
wow.
this." And that was also, we were in the place because it was UVA Wise was right next to Kingsport, Tennessee. That's where Mr. Joey lost his virginity. I was looking for it that
Oh,
weekend.
snap.
I was looking for it that weekend, see if I could pick it back up. You
Good.
know,
No, no. Once you lose it like that, it's pretty much gone.
I know,
Oh man.
but yeah, that's what was happening there. And then,
Yeah.
like I said, I saw you again the next year. You like popped in and out because we thought you were gonna get the job then, and wasn't to be. But you got it the next year.
Yeah.
You just
I
slid,
remember
just
that.
slid back in.
Bro, I was trying to sell a business, man. I had a business model and I was trying to bring it to that our alma mater because I thought it would be a great benefit for first year students.
Right.
And they were like, "Yeah, so what you're asking for, we're not gonna give you, but we had a job open up if you want to take it." Like,
I'm
okay,
listening.
all right, yeah, why not? Why not?
All right. But everybody, thank you so much. Those of you
Yes.
who tuned in, we really appreciate it. We will
Come back
talk to you
tomorrow
all.
for the review.
Yes, we are doing a review tomorrow. We're going to try to be spoiler free, or am I throwing like spoilers on this?
I say we can do spoiler free tomorrow because it is opening weekend, but the next episode that we are on together, all bets are off.
All right. Thank you all so much. We'll talk to you next time.
Woo!